6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is the news edited by Lal Mallavarachi and read by J. Yogaraj. First, the headlines. The Election Commission hopes to publish the Gazette calling for nominations for the local government election before January 5th. Japan extends its support to Sri Lanka to solve the debt crisis. 800,000 acres of barren lands will be made ready for paddy cultivation. No new recruitments for the Ceylon Electricity Board next year. Today and tomorrow have been declared as special dengue control days. News overseas, US imposes COVID testing for visitors from China. In sports, Sri Lanka has won the Central Asian Women's Beach Volleyball Championship. And those are the headlines. The Election Commission hopes to publish the Gazette calling for nominations for the local government election before January 5th. Chairman of the Election Commission, Nimal Punchiheva, says that the local government elections will be held before March 10th. He said as the term of the LG authorities, which ended in March 2022, had been extended for a further period of 1 year by the then Minister of Provincial Councils and Local Government, Janaka Bandara Tennakon, as stipulated in the Local Government Act, no further extension was possible, and the Election Commission had the power to hold the election before 20th March 2023, and therefore had decided to hold the election before 10th March. Japan has extended its support to Sri Lanka to solve the debt crisis. Foreign Minister of Japan, Hayashi Yoshimasa, says that the consolidated debt payment mechanism will be implemented accordingly. He made these remarks issuing a special announcement to mark the 70th anniversary of Sri Lanka-Japan diplomatic relations recently. The government is embarking on a massive countrywide paddy cultivation drive next year. Minister Mahinda Amaravira says the government is planning to cultivate 800,000 acres of barren paddy lands for 5 years, commencing from the new year 2023. He said the Agriculture Ministry would implement this initiative of agriculture modernization for food security on the directions of President Ranil Wickremesinghe. He added that the Asian Development Bank will grant 8 billion rupees to be distributed among the 1.2 million farmer families and youth who will participate in the massive paddy cultivation program. This news comes to you from Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Minister of Energy and Power Kanchana Wijesekara says no new recruitments will be made for the Ceylon Electricity Board next year. He said over 1,000 employees scheduled to retire in 2023. Minister said that the total salaries and the other allowances of the CEB employees for the past 3 months amounted to around 3.6 billion rupees. Minister Wijesekara also noted that the CEB had earned a total revenue of 33.6 billion rupees in October and 35.6 billion rupees in November. A stock of kendu leaves weighing roughly 150 kilograms was seized on the seas of Kalpitiya by the Sri Lankan Navy recently. The consignment, which was adrift at sea in 3 packages, was seized by the SLNS Soranimala attached to the Western Naval Command while patrolling in the sea area of Lunavila. While the stock of drugs is currently being kept at naval custody till it is being handed over for onward legal proceedings, it is believed that the smugglers may have left this stock of kendu leaves in the sea area due to the constant naval operation. And that's local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
The Health Ministry has declared today and tomorrow as special dengue control days with the aim of controlling the spread of dengue next year. A communique issued by the Health Ministry emphasizes that as of Monday, 75,434 suspected dengue cases have been reported from the country, and this is more than double the number of dengue cases reported last year. The Health Ministry said during those 2 days, everyone should look for places where mosquitoes can breed in and around their homes and offices and remove them. Heads of institutions should ensure that these activities are carried out successfully in their institutions.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Watch Live is brought to you by...
Let's celebrate Christmas and New Year with CIB, with special gifts, discounts and easy payment schemes available till 31st of December. Come to CIB today.
Professor Lalita Disanayake of Peradeniya University's Geography Department said unauthorized constructions beside the Mahaveli River, Ping Oya and the Central Canal are the main causes for the recent flood in the Kandy city, and more floods can be expected in the future unless steps are not taken to remove these constructions. She pointed out that the Ping Oya spills several times a year, inundating the Akurana town, making the A9 highway vulnerable for erosion from several places between Ambatane and Akurana. And that was Watchlight.
Let's celebrate Christmas and New Year with CIB, with special gifts, discounts and easy payment schemes available till 31st of December. Come to CIB today.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of...
We give you the strength to rise higher and higher.
Never step back, but always march forward.
Empowering you to reach greater heights. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
US imposes COVID testing for visitors from China. Netanyahu's hardline new government takes office in Israel. All solar systems planets visible in night sky. And those are the headlines of the world news. The US has become the latest country to impose COVID testing on visitors from China after Beijing announced it would reopen borders next week. Italy, Japan, Taiwan and India also announced mandatory tests, but Australia and UK said there was no new rules for travellers from China. After 3 years of being closed to the world, China will let people travel more freely from 8th January, but the country's ongoing COVID surge has sparked wariness. The most religious and hardline government in Israel's history has been sworn in. Benjamin Netanyahu returns as Prime Minister after his Likud party formed a coalition with ultra-nationalist and ultra-orthodox Jewish allies. And there is domestic and international concern it will inflame the conflict with the Palestinians, damage the judiciary and restrict minority rights. Mr. Netanyahu has promised to pursue peace and safeguard civil rights. There'll be a chance to see all the planets in the solar system in the night sky today. 5 should be visible with the naked eye, while the other 2 furthest away, Uranus and Neptune, will be better viewed with binoculars. It will be challenging to see Mercury and Venus in the UK due to their low position in the sky. The best time to see the spectacle is shortly after the sunset. And that's World News.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of...
Amidst all challenges, we will rally around you and advance.
In the face of hardships, let's stand strong together.
Empowering you to reach greater heights. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development News. Minister Nimal Siripal De Silva has instructed to expedite stalled development activities of the expansion work at the Jaya Container Terminal. The Jaya Container Terminal is the oldest terminal solely owned by the Sri Lanka Ports Authority. The Jaya Container Terminal, presently with a length of 1,260 meters, will be 1,380 meters after the successful completion of the ongoing expansion. And that was development news. In sports, Sri Lanka has won the Central Asian Women's Beach Volleyball Championship, beating Nepal 2-0 in the final. The competition was worked off in Bangladesh. Chaturika Madhushani and Deepika Bandara represented Sri Lanka in the tournament. And that was sports news.
The fastest way to earn the highest interest. An interest rate of 22% in 4 months. NSB, the safest place for your money.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Sri Lanka is setting up an international trade office to lead trade negotiations and strike deals with India, China, Thailand, Indonesia and Bangladesh, with plans to join the regional comprehensive economic partnership, the President's office said. The ITO is being set up under the Finance Ministry of President Ranil Wickremesinghe, and it will later be incorporated under an Act of Parliament and attached to the Foreign Ministry. And that was Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The fastest way to earn the highest interest, an interest rate of 22% in 4 months. NSB, the safest place for your money.
Economic news, courtesy of...
For the 5th consecutive year, LOLC is awarded People's Financial Services Brand of the Year at the 2022 Slim Kantar People's Awards. As the People's Financial Services Brand of the Year, LOLC continues to place the customer first, and this has won the hearts, minds and trust of Sri Lankans, with yet another prestigious award as proof of this lasting commitment. LOLC, imagine the possibilities.
Sri Lanka diplomats had showcased the investment opportunities in Sri Lanka to the business community in southern India in an attractive session with the Southern Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the Foreign Ministry said. Deputy High Commissioner of Sri Lanka in Chennai, Venkateshwaran, highlighted potential investment avenues available in Sri Lanka and facilities and incentives being provided by the government to foreign traders and investors at a business discussion at SICCI Auditorium in Chennai last week.
LOLC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LOLC Finance claims the overall gold award, whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking.
Weather report.
The Met Department says a mainly fair weather will prevail over the island. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in central, Sabragamo, Uva and western provinces and in Galle and Mathura districts during the morning hours. And that was the weather report. To wind up this news broadcast, let's look at the main points once again. The Election Commission hopes to publish the Gazette calling for nominations for the local government elections before January 5th. Japan extends its support to Sri Lanka to solve the debt crisis. 800,000 acres of barren lands will be made ready for paddy cultivation. No new recruitments for the Ceylon Electricity Board next year. Today and tomorrow have been declared as special dengue control days. And with that, we conclude this morning broadcast of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.